Hello, hello, and welcome to VCHS live programs. Thank you for joining us today. Our channel is dedicated to bringing live performances and events from international artists delivered to audiences around the globe. I am Fyodor Ouspenskaya, and I am your host for this program. Today we are presenting the second students recital from Hunter Mill Music Studio's live season. The Hunter Mill Music Studio was established in 1999 by two Russian-born trained classical musicians, Ouspenskaya and Igor Zubkovsky. We have been working for years with students of different ages, various goals, from elementary through high school, college students, graduates, young professionals, and chamber ensemble groups. In our studio, we provide a nurturing environment for students' personal growth. We help them learn technical skills necessary to be confident players. But more importantly, we teach them the art of communicating and expression through musical language. We teach our students a wide variety of repertoire, both solo and in chamber music collaboration, stage presence and ability to speak publicly, artistic etiquette, discipline, thoughtful and intelligent approach to practicing, supporting subjects such as music theory and history as well. Our students participate in numerous performances in varied settings, recitals, festivals, competitions, presentations, skill tests, TV shows, and professional recording sessions. They perform on stage as contrasting as on stages as contrasting as retirement communities and Carnegie Hall or Kennedy Center. We hope to send our students off with true lifelong love for musical arts and strong skills, which will allow them to continue to enjoy making music and bring joy to themselves and others. Welcome back. And today's recital will be, I will be giving you guys a rundown of today's recital, the order in which the students will be performing and what you will be seeing. And then you'll be seeing all of it in one go. So it will be starting today with Kate Lee, and then there'll be an interview of Kate talking to Steve Robinson at Carnegie Hall's gala concert. And then after that, we'll have Lucia Tang and her interview, then Wesley's Zhao, and then Marcela Gonyea and her interview, and then Marcela actually playing in a piano trio with um, Hugo Riemann, um, her performing with Alette, McNeill, and on cello Daniel Shan. Alette being on the violin. That's the piano trio, and then after that we have Bradley Zhao playing the Beethoven Concerto. So you'll see the pieces actually under the performers as they perform. So enjoy the recital.
sanno play. What? Yeah, yeah. So no, but before we start, you should talk to me and say, "Oh, we don't have the parts yet." So then, you're like, "Oh, così là."
wonderful to have you here at Carnegie Hall. You'll be playing tonight at the Weil Recital Hall.
Yes.
Are you excited?
Yes, I am.
Uh-huh. But you've played some competitions before, I understand. Where have you performed? What sort of competitions?
I have done the American Fine Arts Festival, and I've played for, I've come to the Carnegie that time too.
So you played at Zenkel, I think,
Yes, I have.
Recital Hall, and you did pretty well. What piece did you play?
I played Chopin.
Concerto?
No, I played just Chopin, but I don't remember the name of the piece.
Right, so you played a solo piano piece by Chopin.
Yes.
Wow, Chopin is a very beautiful, wonderful composer, as I don't have to tell you, but difficult music.
Yes, very.
Yeah. And how long have you been playing the piano?
I've been playing. I started when I was about 4 years old, and I'm 10 right now, so about 6 years.
I see. And so when you started playing at 4, you're sitting at the piano for the very first time. For you, it was a long time ago in your life. Do you remember at all your feelings about playing, and what made you want to keep playing the piano? Because it's a very hard instrument.
Yes, it is, but I love listening to people play it, and I love how pressing the keys, and I love the noise to it. It's a very beautiful instrument.
Yeah. Now, you say you listen to other people playing. I mean, recordings?
Yes.
Do you have any particular recordings that really inspired you? Any pianists?
Yes, I like Martha Argerich. Martha Argerich.
Martha Argerich? Oh, really? Yeah, she's phenomenal. Any other pianists that
I also like Vladimir Horowitz.
He lived right up the street.
Oh, really?
Yes, he lived in New York, I think for the whole last part of his life. And he played at Carnegie Hall, where you'll be playing. He played in the bigger hall. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure he played too much in ours hall, but it's still Carnegie Hall. Yeah. And what about Horowitz? So you've heard his recordings.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what about Horowitz's playing attracts you?
I love his dynamics.
Have you seen him play on tape concertos?
Yes, I've seen him play my concerto. Not this one, but other of my concertos.
And which concerto?
Mozart concerto in A major.
Oh, is that 21 or 23? Yeah. Whatever. So you liked him in a piano concerto by Mozart, and you play it.
Yes, I do.
I see. And what piece are you playing tonight?
I'm playing Polunin concerto in A minor.
Which concerto?
Polunin concerto in A minor.
I see. Yeah, that's exciting. And how long have you been practicing that piece?
For about 3. So I played this piece last December for the Sound Expressivo, and then now I have to play it again. So I've been practicing for about 3 weeks.
Wow. And what other concertos do you know? You know the Mozart you mentioned.
Yes.
The A major.
Yeah, and I've also played the Haydn concerto in D major.
Wow, that's also a beautiful concerto.
Yes.
Yeah, and what concertos would you like to play that maybe you don't quite know how to play yet? Do you have any favorites that you'd like to someday play? Maybe you've heard a recording?
I've only really never... I like the... I'm not really sure that... I like the Ravel concerto.
Oh, yeah. That's a beautiful piece, too.
Yeah.
You know that he also wrote a piece for one hand.
Really?
Yes, he wrote it for a friend who lost an arm in the war, and so he wrote a piece for the concerto for left hand. Yeah, and if I played it for you, you never would have guessed because he was such a genius composer. I'm glad you like Ravel, but the concerto you mentioned, that's also a beautiful piece too. Yeah, and so now I know you're only 10 years old, so you don't know what the future. But would you like to keep playing the piano and maybe you think someday have a career?
I would love to.
Yeah, and what other interests do you have besides piano?
I also do fencing.
Fencing?
Yes, I do.
Fencing?
Yes.
What's that like?
So you basically try to hit the other opponents with a sword.
Wow, and what attracted you to that?
Well, my friend's mom asked us to do it with him, and when we started it, it really attracted me how swiftly they moved the sword, and I asked my mom to take me somewhere to do it, and then she found the right place.
Wow, and you've been doing it for a couple of years?
Yes, I have.
Yeah. And are there competitions?
Yes, I've been to competition.
Yeah, and you have to wear that helmet, right?
Yes, I do.
So you protect yourself. Yeah. What other interests do you have besides fencing?
I don't know. I usually stick with piano and fencing.
Piano and fencing. Well, that's enough to keep any 9-year-old busy, I think.
Yeah.
And not to mention, you have school, and you have to practice every day. I'm sure you practice 10 to 15 minutes a day.
No.
No.
I practice a little more than that.
How much?
For about maybe like 2 or 3 hours.
What? 2 or 3 hours, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're a serious young lady. And the fencing, I'm sure you have to do a little practice with that.
Yeah.
You're a busy young lady. And what grade are you in?
I'm in 4th grade.
First grade?
No, 4th.
Oh, fourth.
Yeah.
And so do they give you homework?
Yeah, a lot of homework.
A lot? So you have to go home, you have to do the homework, you have to practice the fencing, and you're practicing the piano. Oh my goodness, such a busy young lady. Well, I wish you the best of luck. I can't wait to hear you tonight.
Thank you.
And thank you for coming by, and we wish you the best of luck. Keep it up.
You.
Thanks. Carnegie Hall in the Wild Recital Hall. It's beautiful to have you here.
Thank you.
And you are 10 years old.
Yeah.
And how old were you when you started first playing the piano?
Probably like 6 or 7.
So you've been playing 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what kind of progress have you made in those 3 years? A little person told me, a little birdie, as we used to say, that you've done pretty well on those years. How do you feel about it?
I feel like I improved a lot since the start, especially after I joined Miss Anna's piano place.
So your teacher is Anna Ouspenskaya.
Yeah.
And Dr. Anna Ouspenskaya has organized this whole event. She arranged the competition. You played in a competition, one of the Sound Espressivo competitions.
Yeah.
What piece did you play for that?
I played a Kavalevsky and a Tchaikovsky.
Kabalevsky.
Yeah.
Which piece?
Tocatina.
Wow. And which Tchaikovsky piece?
It was a waltz.
The waltz. From, was it from the seasons or just?
It was just like a waltz for children.
A waltz for children, I see. Yeah. And were you nervous when you had to compete? It was all, you did it at home because it was
Yeah.
virtual, but you still must have been a little bit, was it pretty exciting?
I was like excited but also like really nervous because it was my first time at a piano competition.
And look at you, here you are at Carnegie Hall. So you did well. Now, I understand that you like to compose. Or at
yeah,
least sing while you're playing, or think about singing while you're playing.
Yeah.
Have you actually composed too?
Not really, but like I sometimes like to take pieces from online that are written for like a different instrument and then turn it into piano.
I see. So you'll take a song that you've heard on the internet and play it at the piano and sing with it.
Sometimes.
I see, yeah. Well, maybe you'll, and that's popular music, or
Yeah.
not necessarily classical, but maybe you'll sometime grow up and be a singer, a pianist and a singer, because it could be done, like Michael Feinstein, if you know the name.
No.
Don't know the name, yeah. And what piece are you playing tonight?
Haydn's Concerto in D major.
Really? And so with a piano accompanist?
Orchestra.
Oh, you're doing it with the orchestra? Oh, my goodness. So that's a wonderful piece. Are you playing, what movement are you playing?
Third.
The third movement. Wow. That's a terrific piece. He didn't write many piano concertos, but he did that one, I think. And it's a terrific piece. How long did it take you to get it under your fingers?
About like 3 months.
3 months. Yeah. Is it what sort of tempo do they take on it? Is it a pretty brisk tempo or?
It's moderate.
Moderate tempo, so you can get through it okay. Yeah, well, it doesn't matter. I mean, it's how beautifully you phrase it and how you make it sound and getting all the phrasing right. It doesn't really matter what the tempo is at all, as long as you play it with musicality. Yeah. And you're in, what grade are you in?
6th.
And do you think you'll keep at the piano?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. But you have other interests, though. What are some of your other interests?
I do rhythmic gymnastics, ballet, and creative writing.
Oh, that's right. I read that. You're a gymnast.
Yeah.
And I understand you've placed in some competitions. And what kind of tumbling, not tumbling, but what sort of routines do you do?
So in rhythmic gymnastics, it's not like artistic. So we have ball, hoop, clubs, ribbon, floor, and rope. And this year I'm doing ball, hoop, floor, and clubs. And like you do a routine with music, and it has like dance incorporated in it, and like flexibility stuff, and like equipment things as well.
And you practice a lot for that, I'll bet.
Yeah, I practiced more last year though.
Mm-hmm. And how many, is it difficult finding time to practice the gym and the piano?
Yeah.
How do you do that?
I normally I try to practice piano as much as I can, like every day. And for gymnastics, I just do it on Saturday, Sunday, Monday, sometimes Thursday.
Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and sometimes, so it's 3 or 4 days a week.
Yeah.
So you're a busy young lady. And, well, I wish you the best in your piano career. Look forward to the concerto tonight. It's one of my favorite concertos, so I'll be listening very closely to that. And maybe someday I'll see you out on the at a gym performing. So thank you very much for coming by.
Thank you.
Good meeting you. Got to get a picture. Marcela, it's great to have you here in Carnegie Hall. You're going to be performing tonight.
Yes.
Are you excited?
I'm excited. I'm nervous, but it'll be fun.
Yeah, what are you playing?
I'm playing the third movement of Sergei Zubkovsky's concerto. So,
Who's concerto?
Sergei Zubkovsky.
Don't know him.
He's like a modern composer, so this is gonna be definitely a modern concerto and like unique. So that'll be fun. But,
Yeah. What is the piece? Tell us a little bit about what the piece sounds like and why you picked it.
I picked it because it's definitely like unique, like I said, and very quirky. It has many like loud chords and different like dynamics. It's quiet, and then it changes to loud very loudly, very fast. It goes from quiet to loud like very fast, and it's really fun. It's quirky and unique.
And how did you come across it? Was something maybe your teacher brought to your
Yeah.
attention?
So my teacher, her husband's father composed the piece, and she brought it to my attention. And
Wait, your teach's husband's
father.
father,
Yeah,
Sergei
Zubkovsky.
Zhukovsky, wrote
Yes.
the piece. Is he Russian?
I think so.
Yeah.
I'm not exactly sure, but
Have you met him?
no, I haven't met him.
He's still with us?
Not sure, but
No.
I don't think so.
Right. That's exciting. So you're sort of keeping it in the family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Now let's wind up a little bit. You're about 15 years old,
yes.
and you started playing when you were 5.
Yes.
Yeah. And you've won some competitions.
Yeah.
Well, how did you progress so fast that you can start playing competitions?
When I was 5, I started practicing a lot of piano, and I got into it because my memory was not the best when I was younger, so then my mom heard about instruments and how it can help you with your memory, so I started playing because of that. And I also started playing because in music class they would have keyboards and we would play on them, and it was fun to do that, so then I decided to go like more into it, and then my mom found Miss Anna, and that's when I started practicing a lot more and started getting pieces that were a lot harder, and I started getting pushed more, and that's when I started doing competitions, and yeah, and then it started getting bigger and bigger until now.
I got to back up a little. So your mom thought it would be a good idea to help with your memory.
Yeah, because when you have to play music, you have to memorize the pieces, so. And there's a lot of pages of music, so you have to memorize all those pages and then perform it without the book, and then that helps a lot. So
there you were practicing piano to help your memory, but
yeah,
clearly you went a little bit beyond that.
Yeah.
What about the music became more than just a memory exercise for you?
it like in the last 2 years, I started playing with my school orchestra, and that's when I started, and also I started playing with another pianist. So it was me and another pianist for the concertos because there's a second part.
Right.
And that was really fun because I had a community of other people who also played instruments. And there was also the social aspect. And also when I do play music, it's really fun because I like hearing the dynamics, and the history piece is also cool. But the community is pretty awesome part about it.
Yeah. What sort of feelings do you look for in music, and when you're playing? I've often wondered, because I'm not a musician, some of the music is so beautiful. As a listener, you get carried away
Yeah.
with it. As a performer, how do you control that so you can get the
Yeah.
notes, but at the same time be moved with it?
So for the piece that I'm playing, I've been practicing it for a very long time. So I'm kind of used to the sounds of it, unlike the audience, it's their first time listening to it. So when I'm playing it, I just got to remember to really be dramatic with my movements, like show like all the different dynamics that there are, and like when it's forte, slam the keys, and when it's piano, lighter. And I'm used to it, but I do get drifted away in the dynamics like still when I'm playing it. So it's still special to me when I'm playing it, but I've still played it many times when I've been practicing it, so I'm really used to the sound of it and stuff.
And what other concertos have you played?
I've also played a Cello concerto, one of the movements, and a Mozart concerto, a Haydn concerto, and I always competed with them.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, those concertos. I'm not exactly sure which movements.
Have you
were,
looked at any
but-
Beethoven concertos?
No, not yet.
Yeah.
But
You know them,
yes,
yeah, but you haven't played any yet.
not yet.
Yeah. And so, what is your favorite area of music? In other words, what composers are you attracted to most? Is it classical, romantic, or contemporary, or the whole business?
Well, I kind of like contemporary because the piece that I'm playing is definitely a more modern piece because it was composed around 2000 century, I'm pretty sure. So it's pretty recently
That's
composed.
recent.
So I like contemporary a little bit more, but I do still like playing classical. I've been playing that for my whole life, since
Yeah.
5. So, yeah.
Well, your interest in contemporary music is terrific because
Yeah.
there aren't enough musicians who are interested in
Yeah.
contemporary music. You better watch out though, because composers might come after you and want you to play their pieces because they need need
Yeah.
that. Yeah. And what other interests do you have outside of music?
I really like soccer a lot. I'm playing soccer in competitive EC now. It's called EC now. And I really like soccer. I like to bake. But soccer's my main thing besides piano.
You like to bake?
Yeah.
Yeah, my daughter is bakes as a hobby
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
as well. In fact, when this is over, I'm going to make you sit through a 1-minute TikTok video she did
Okay.
that got 1.5 million views.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
And she produced it herself, did all the video,
Really?
and did the voiceover. And it's about how she met her husband.
Really?
Yeah, in
Yeah.
1 minute.
That's cool.
So I would play it on this show, but it's probably a little bit too personal. But I'll play it
Yeah.
for, if you have a minute. Can you spare a minute?
Yeah. I'll watch that for sure.
Yeah, because are you on TikTok?
I don't have social media because my parents are a little bit strict when it comes to social media, but I get Instagram next year. But I have heard of TikTok and I've seen TikToks before. And I've seen baking videos about TikTok on TikTok. So
Lots of baking videos.
yeah.
She's
for
done
sure.
a lot. And she's made money.
Really?
She's registered with them, and she's been doing it about 3 months, and she has made $75. So I told her,
Nice.
keep your day job. Yeah. Because she works
Don't
for
become a
Google.
TikToker.
She works for Google, and
Yeah.
they pay better
Yeah.
than that.
Definitely.
But I'll show it to you. So baking, what kind of baking?
I like making cakes the most because I like decorating them and cutting the layers and baking different layers. I like 3 layers. I always do 3 layers or 4 layers. But I actually did consider doing a YouTube channel called Baking It Right or something like that 2 years ago. And I actually made a couple videos, but then I decided not to do it.
And so what's the future for you? Do you think you'll try to pursue music or just enjoy it and do other things, go into college and maybe not major in music?
Not completely sure yet. Maybe I might want to major in music, possibly. But not exactly sure yet. But I'm doing it for fun right now and enjoying it, but possibly likely going to major in it. We'll see though. I'm not exactly sure yet.
Right. Well, you have a little ways to go.
Yeah.
What year are you in?
Sophomore year, so 10th grade.
Yeah, so you won't even be thinking about college
Yeah.
till next year.
Next year, yeah.
Well, thanks for coming by. I can't wait to hear your performance tonight.
Yeah.
And
you.
we're all anxious to hear this wonderful new piece.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you everybody for coming and watching this recital. Um, thank thank you for coming to watch. And thank you to Frane Rusinovic for directing um, and producing this show, and everybody that produces the shows overall for virtual concert halls. We're very happy to be running and producing all of these programs. Um, and I'm happy to be, it's a change of pace to be hosting today. Um, and yeah, and thank you everyone for coming. And we look forward to maybe seeing you guys as well at the 3 p.m. Studio recital that will be happening at 3 p.m. Eastern Time in about an hour, where Harry Chan, Joel Chan, and Aaron Chan will be performing. And then there'll be also a recital at 4 p.m. where many people will be performing, over 10 people. So 4 p.m. Eastern Time, 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Hope to see you guys there. And thank you everybody for watching, and have a great day.